Hello everyone and welcome to another set of battles from the Master League Classic Championship Champions Division Draft from PoGoRaids. We'll be showing you another 6 set of battles selected from this competition and we will be showing them to you throughout the week. I'll be your host, Stefan Eich, a long-time participant of this competition and also competing in this very season. I'll be also featured in 2 of these sets, so let's have a look at the other battles as well to the schedule. So first we start with Sliphorn versus Hareluyaboyz. Then we have Crispy Chris versus the Incredible Ann. Then Stefan Eich versus the Incredible Ann. Then me again versus Cabana. Heartbroken Kid versus Cabana and Oscar versus Cabana. Let's not wait any longer and head over to the first battles from Sliphorn versus Hareluyaboyz. Before looking at these battles, let's have a look at the teams. And the first thing that I noticed is that Sliphorn's Meloetta does not really have any checks from Hareluyaboyz. Mewtwo Armored is the only one that resists confusions, but of course also has to battle back with his own confusions. So that's just a neutral matchup, and Meloetta should take that out because of the superior stat product. Another thing that I see is that the Melmetal does not really have any reason to run Rock Slide here. Superpower is sufficient for Snorlax and Mamoswine, and Flash Cannon looks very good against Zacian, Goodra, Armor Mewtwo, and even Machamp. So definitely expecting those two mostly to be brought to these games, and then probably, well, maybe Heatran, maybe Tapu Bulu, both look decent as well. From Hareluyaboyz, Armored Mewtwo pretty much has to be brought, I think, every game to just have something to take moves from Meloetta from. Then Zacian probably also coming every game just because it's Zacian. It's pretty much always relatively okay. Can hit the steals for super effective, although it has to look out for the steel charge moves from the steel types from Sliphorn as well. And it has an okayish matchup against Meloetta. It still loses, but it's not by that big of a margin. So let's not wait any longer and go into the first battle. And we see Meloetta into Zacian. Fairly neutral lead, just as I just said. Still favoring the Meloetta though. And if I look at this backline, I don't see the Melmetal, and I see that this backline will definitely struggle with the Armored Mewtwo. So definitely has to preserve some health on this Meloetta, I would think. Decides to let it go. Oh, and the catch from Hareluyaboyz on the Armored Mewtwo, it seems like. That will easily take this Psyshock. And the problem mostly is that Sliphorn does not really have a really strong answer in the back. So opting to stay a little bit longer, try to hit this Dazzling Gleam. Let's see if it gets shielded or not. It does not, so now the Armored Mewtwo is a bit more easy to handle. But still will definitely take a good punch on this Tapu Bulu, quite squishy. This Grass Knot should be able to take out the Armored Mewtwo there. But what's the last mon of Hareluyaboyz that we will see in this battle? And it's Snorlax. It's a shadow version, which is somewhat surprising to me, as I would think that the regular version might be able to deal a little bit better with the Melmetal. And that's one tasty farm. This Snorlax is absolutely loaded at this moment, and pretty much have to bring the Heracross into this, but it's pretty squishy and has to start shielding moves as well. And there's also still about more than half a Zacian, I think. Definitely has to shield now. Yeah, this game should be over now. I don't see any way to come back for Sliphorn at this point. Yeah, this will be snarled down, and then we see the nuke land on the Heracross to take out the last mon for Sliphorn. So will Sliphorn adjust, finally bring the Melmetal into this game? Looks very good against this team. Especially with the Flash Cannon for Zacian and for Armored Mewtwo. And Hareluyaboyz is probably just gonna bring the same free. Maybe change up the Snorlax, since Zacian and Armored Mewtwo looked pretty good there. Hareluyaboyz by this time is known for taking a little bit of time, but that's okay. There we go. And we see again Meloetta into Zacian. So what's the backline of Sliphorn? It's the same three I see. So definitely needs to preserve more health on the Meloetta now. So expect we will see a shield. No shield again. So what are we doing? Are we gonna play the same game out? We just saw that that didn't work. Hareluyaboyz is pretty much doing the exact same thing as last time, trying to catch again, but not successful this time. Still, the Meloetta has already brought down quite a lot. And his Armored Mewtwo will definitely be tough to take out at this point. Alright, going for a Dazzling Gleam. Might be barely enough. Definitely needs to land this and kill it. And it does, so that's good for Sliphorn, but still in a massive health disadvantage at this point. As the Meloetta is also pretty low. We see Goodra, and I expect, yeah, we will definitely get this Dazzling Gleam, will get shielded. Goodra over Snorlax this time, interesting. Maybe because we didn't see Melmetal last time. Now we're pretty much in a similar situation as last time. A loaded Pokemon against the Heracross and an almost dead Meloetta. I don't see any way of coming back from this because we're gonna have to shield Muddy Waters here, and that's the last thing you want to do. This will not even be enough. Yeah, lets it go. Of course, the attack debuff is also pretty brutal there. Gonna have to shield again, I guess. If you want to get something out of this Meloetta at least. And likely we'll see the similar thing happen as the last time. This Meloetta will be snarled down and throw their move on the Heracross. Opts to throw, but likely just has back-to-back close combats. No reason for wild charge here, really. Close combat really necessary for the steals. Yeah, there it is. So that's 2-0 for Hareluyaboyz. Quite an impressive start, especially given how strong Meloetta looks for Sliphorn. But we also still have not seen Melmetal yet. We see that now, at least for the third game. There we go. We see Heatran lead, again into Zacian, fairly neutral lead. Both have to take both will not be able to one-shot with their charge moves, but have super effective coverage. I'm not a big fan of throwing this at 5. I would prefer to get this off at 7. Likely go for the CMP tie and you lose that as the heat ramp. Then you get at least get your damage on at a debuffed session, but it gets shielded anyway. Tries to catch and definitely gets the catch there. That's good news for Sliphorn. This time preserving more health in the lead and still has the Meloetta to come out. So definitely in a much better spot than last game. As expected, we see the Mew to come out. Going for the Dazzling Gleam, expecting only to be able to hit one charge move, I guess, but the Grasnels are much more energy efficient. Hareluyaboyz counting well, farming up quite a bit. And now we are in an awkward spot because that Armamuto is too healthy to be farmed down by any of these, so you have to throw a move on it. And you will definitely receive one back as well. Even if you catch, the dynamic punch would still be neutral to the Meloetta. No need to bait this. Going for good throw timing, but at the cost of going over 100 energy, so that doesn't really count then. That is not that helpful. Station coming out again. Has to shield now, and now we're in the no shield, so this looks much better for the Meloetta. Although this will hurt. And we see again the Shadow Snorlax. And I assume one Body Slam will be enough to take it out. And then probably see a superpower on the Heatran to finish off this game. Body Slam will likely not be enough yet, but a couple of licks after will do the trick, I guess. And indeed, doesn't reach another move. And also the Heatran is very dry as well, so no point in winning this for Sliphorn at this point. So there we go, it's 3-0. And since this season, we have decided to only show 3 battles in case of a 3-0 intermediate result. Because we already know Sliphorn loses to Hareluyaboyz. Hareluyaboyz taking 2 points here. And I can also tell you that Hareluyaboyz even won the 4th game. So very impressive display. And a little bit strange to not have seen the Melmetal come out, as it looked pretty good there. But let's head over to the next set of battles.